breaking up, and here's why. They showed up at the Yankees game. It was Yankees against Toronto.
Looks like there's trouble in paradise as Hoops Crave posted a story that Kylie and Timothy are done. They are over. This is coming after weeks of speculation, as just a few weeks ago, Timothy was allegedly caught with a Romanian actress. While both of them have not addressed those cheating allegations, they didn't also spend Valentine's Day together, which has people asking, are we about to see a power couple breakup? So here's what actually happened between Kylie and Timothy, and how Justin is involved. The Chalamet breakup that never happened. On February 19, 2026, a parody account on X called Ariard Hoops Crave posted that Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner had split after 3 years. The post got millions of views and spawned copycat posts. The same week, Kylie and Timothée were photographed kissing during a casual pizza date at Flower Pizzeria and Cafe in Los Angeles. They shared a booth, ate slices, and looked like two people who had not broken up. That was February 17, 2 days before the viral post claimed they were done. The photos were published by Page Six and later confirmed by Elle. Two people eating pizza and kissing does not look like a couple on the verge of collapse, but the breakup rumor didn't come from nowhere. It built on weeks of increasingly loud noise. In early February, during Chalamet's European press tour for his Oscar-nominated film Marty Supreme, paparazzi captured him exiting a luxury hotel lobby in Paris, alongside French-Romanian actress Ana Maria Bartolomé. The footage was blurry, the lighting was bad, and that didn't matter. Within hours, the internet had already decided what it was looking at. A post on X by the account A Met Gala Crab shared screenshots from the video with captions implying infidelity. The post went viral, amassing thousands of views before being deleted. But deleting the original post didn't kill the story. It amplified it. Fans circulated the full clip, and the full clip showed something the screenshots deliberately left out: the two exiting with their respective teams and friends. No physical affection was displayed. Bartolomé distanced herself upon spotting photographers.
This is the face of a man who just got caught potentially cheating on Kylie Jenner. That is Timothée Chalamet. And who is this, you may ask? This is Ana Maria Bartolomé.
She is 26 years old, born in Baku, Romania, and raised in France since the age of 6. She debuted as a child actress in My Little Princess in 2011 and achieved international recognition with Happening, a 2021 film about abortion rights that earned her the César for Most Promising Actress. She is set to make her English language debut in Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17. There is no known prior professional collaboration between Chalamet and Bartolomé, but both are associated with Chanel. Chalamet as the global ambassador for Bleu de Chanel fragrance since 2020, and Bartolomé as a house ambassador for fashion and beauty, a connection that could plausibly explain a casual or professional meeting at a Parisian hotel.
26 years old, from Romania, and she is an actress, so they kind of have that in common. Maybe that's how they met.
The notion that they met in some clandestine romantic fashion was the assumption the internet ran with, not the conclusion the evidence supported. Eyewitness accounts from that night were wildly inconsistent. Some claimed the pair looked shocked by cameras and retreated indoors for about an hour, requesting heavy security, including tarpaulins, to obscure their exit before driving around Paris and returning to the hotel. Others clarified they were never alone and that teams accompanied them throughout the evening.
That's Timothy. Behind him was Ana, and then when he sees paparazzi, he basically bolts.
That reaction, the bolting, the fast walk, is what made people suspicious. A man who has nothing to hide, the logic goes, doesn't run from cameras.
He just starts walking really fast, and then they're in Paris, everyone's like, Timothy, Timothy.
But Chalamet runs from cameras constantly. That is not new behavior. That is a man who has spent the better part of 5 years being followed. The running is not evidence of guilt. It is evidence of being famous in Paris at night. Then came the detail that tilted the whole narrative towards suspicion.
What are you doing out at 11:30 p.m.? You're practically a dad. So the source said they drove around Paris for an hour to ensure no one was following them, but ultimately decided to return to the hotel because too many people allegedly were watching them.
Driving around Paris for an hour to lose a tail and then returning to the same hotel is either the behavior of someone hiding an affair or the behavior of someone whose security team made a judgment call. The internet chose the first interpretation. The Sun and Reality T chose the second, citing insider sources who stated that Jenner trusts Chalamet and dismissed jealousy and breakup rumors outright. Those sources emphasized the couple's 3-year history and their plans for joint appearances at the upcoming BAFTAs. Now here's the part that made the cheating narrative even harder to sustain. Less than a month before the Paris footage dropped, Timothée Chalamet stood at the podium at the 2026 Critics' Choice Awards. He had just won Best Actor for Marty Supreme, and in front of a room full of cameras, he thanked Kylie as his partner of 3 years, declaring, "I love you. I couldn't do this without you." He did the same at the Golden Globes on January 11th. He shouted her out. He acknowledged the relationship publicly. Sources from Us Weekly say they basically live together and have discussed engagement plans for 2026. On Valentine's Day, February 14th, Kylie did not post about Timothy. She posted about her mother, Kris Jenner, which fans interpreted as a sign of a rift. Chalamet attended a screening of Call Me By Your Name that same day, but insiders attributed this to busy schedules during the peak of award season, not to any romantic collapse.
Timothée Chalamet cheated on Kylie Jenner because he believes he's better than her. Now TMZ just posted him out with another woman in the middle of the night.
That's one reading, and it gained traction partly because this was not the first round of cheating allegations against Chalamet. Before Bartolome, there was Sarah Tenna, an Instagram model who allegedly dated Chalamet from 2020 to 2023. A viral X post from user Awar Sunni is Funny in December 2025 claimed Chalamet was seeing Sarah simultaneously with Kylie in 2023 and dumped Sarah for the luxury of dating a billionaire. But Tina herself described their split amicably, with no mention of betrayal. Fans on Reddit dismissed the claim as not supported by any credible evidence. No mainstream outlet corroborated it. Before that, there were rumors about on-set flirtations with co-star Odessa Azion during Marty Supreme filming. At the January 2026 Golden Globes, Azion kissed Chalamet on the cheek and appeared to snub Kylie. The snub was debunked as an awkward camera angle. Kylie posted selfies with Azion the next day, but the narrative had already circulated. Another woman, another accusation, another cycle of speculation. Radar Online ran a story claiming Kylie had launched spy stings to monitor Chalamet, fearing infidelity due to his roving eye and the women who pursued him. The same outlet reported that Chalamet wanted an open relationship after growing bored, and that Kylie's family, Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, Kris, urged her to break up with him. No evidence supported any of these claims. Sources in Reality Tea dismissed the jealousy angle entirely, stating Kylie supports Chalamet's career without reservation. The pattern is consistent across every accusation: anonymous sources, blurry visuals, and timeline assumptions without proof. And the pattern holds because of who Kylie Jenner is. Not because the evidence supported it, but because her name, her family, and her social circle mean that every ambiguous frame gets treated as a confession. Which leads to the real question: why does every piece of Timothy's life become a referendum on Kylie's worth? Why Kylie Jenner is always at the center. The cheating rumors hit differently when you're Kylie Jenner, not because of anything she did, but because her name has been stitched into the most exhaustively documented celebrity drama of the past decade, and most of it runs through one specific friendship: her relationship with Hailey Bieber. Hailey is married to Justin Bieber. Justin dated Selena Gomez on and off from 2010 to 2018, an era of paparazzi-chased breakups and reunions that dominated tabloid culture for nearly 8 years. He married Hailey in September 2018, months after the final split with Selena. That compressed timeline created a permanent fault line in celebrity fandom, one that still produces tremors in 2026. And Kylie, as Hailey's closest friend, has been positioned on one side of that divide ever since. The most visible eruption came in February 2023. Selena posted a TikTok about accidentally over-laminating her eyebrows. Shortly after, Kylie shared an Instagram story with "This was an accident" over her own brows, followed by a FaceTime screenshot with Hailey zoomed in on eyebrows. Fans called it coordinated cruelty. The backlash was enormous and immediate. Selena gained over 10 million Instagram followers in the aftermath, surpassing Kylie as the most followed woman on the platform. Hailey lost 1 million followers. The algorithmic machinery of TikTok ensured that every angle of the incident was dissected, remixed, and replayed for weeks. All 3 women denied intent. Kylie called it reaching. Selena called it unnecessary, and later took a social media break, saying she was 30 and too old for this. But the denials didn't recalibrate the narrative. The narrative had already hardened into something simpler and more durable: Kylie and Hailey versus Selena. That framework didn't originate in 2023. Its roots extend to October 2019 when Selena released "Lose You to Love Me," a song about Justin. Hailey posted an Instagram story of "I'll Kill You" by Summer Walker at nearly the same time. Fans treated the timing as intentional provocation. Hailey denied it. Selena responded with a statement about women not tearing other women down. In January 2023, before the eyebrow incident, Hailey, Kendall Jenner, and a friend posted a now-deleted TikTok lip-syncing "I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right," posted shortly after Selena was body-shamed online following vacation photos. The video was removed, but the internet had already cataloged it as further evidence of a targeted campaign. In February 2023, a resurfaced clip showed Hailey appearing to gag at a mention of Taylor Swift, Selena's close friend. Selena publicly defended Swift, writing, "My best friend is one of the best in the game." By March 2023, the harassment had escalated far beyond social media commentary. Hailey received death threats and contacted Selena directly. Selena posted publicly, "Hailey reached out. This isn't what I stand for. No one should have to experience hate." The moment served as a brief ceasefire, but it didn't last. Hailey would later say publicly, "This is not about me, Hailey Bieber, and Selena Gomez. It's about the vile hatred." And then there's the Golden Globes incident in January 2024. A video clip showed Selena Gomez whispering to Taylor Swift and Kylie Jenner. Fans deployed lip reading to speculate that Selena was talking about Kylie refusing to let her take a photo with Timothée Chalamet, who is Selena's former co-star. Sources close to Gomez denied it entirely, stating she never even saw or spoke to them at the event. Chalamet himself confirmed no beef between Jenner and Gomez, telling paparazzi that everyone was cool. Gomez later clarified the whispered conversation was about two friends hooking up, nothing to do with Kylie or Timothy. This web of perceived slights, deleted TikToks, and parsed whispers is the ecosystem Kylie exists in. Every time something happens with Timothy, the Paris footage, the Valentine's Day silence, the breakup rumor, it gets filtered through the Selena Hailey Kylie framework. That's why Justin Bieber's name surfaces in a story that has nothing to do with him directly. His marriage to Hailey is the connective tissue between Kylie's social world and the online apparatus that scrutinizes every part of it. By June 2025, Hailey and Selena had unfollowed each other on Instagram, reigniting speculation. In October 2025, Hailey gave an interview to WSJ about her beauty brand, saying, "I don't feel competitive with people that I'm not inspired by," a statement fans immediately read as a dig at Selena's rare beauty. Selena's response was measured. "There's room for everyone." Hailey's representative denied the comments were about Selena, but by then, the interpretation had already overtaken the intent. The so-called feud between these women has produced tangible, documented consequences. Death threats directed at Hailey, prolonged social media absences for Selena, significant follower losses for Kylie. But insiders from outlets like Elle and Glamour consistently characterize the conflict as fan-manufactured, a product of parasocial investment rather than personal animosity. But the machine doesn't stop because of a statement. It stops when there's nothing left to interpret, and the source material never runs dry. Consider the full arc. In September 2022, Hailey appeared on the Call Her Daddy podcast and declared all love for Selena, denying she had stolen Justin. She said plainly, "It's all respect. It's all love." Selena echoed the sentiment on a live session. Words matter. Be nice to everyone. Then, a month later, in October 2022, the two women posed together at the Academy Museum Gala, hugging in photographs that the internet treated as a peace treaty. For a moment, the feud appeared over. It was not over. Within 3 months, the eyebrow incident reignited everything. And every subsequent event, a deleted TikTok, a lip-synced song, a WSJ interview quote, got processed through the same interpretive machinery. The gala hug became a blip. The denials became footnotes. The cycle of accusation and counter-accusation became the permanent backdrop against which Kylie's romantic life plays out. And Kylie keeps providing raw material, not intentionally, but by proximity. She is Hailey's friend. She is Timothy's girlfriend. She is Selena's perceived rival. Every incident, the Paris hotel, the baseball game, the eyebrow post, feeds the interpretive cycle, and it all connects back to the Biebers. The Bieber connection and what comes next. Justin Bieber's involvement in the Kylie-Timothy orbit is not anchored to a single explosive incident. It is built from overlapping relationships, shared social rituals, and accumulated moments that get re-examined with forensic intensity every time a new rumor hits the timeline. The earliest direct link between Justin and Kylie dates back to 2015. Kylie wore cornrows, and the internet accused her of cultural appropriation, with figures like Amanda Stenberg calling her out publicly. Justin defended her on Instagram, calling the backlash ridiculous. It was a small moment in the larger sweep of celebrity culture, but it established a clear signal. Justin and Kylie were allies. That alliance extended through the years, through Kylie's deepening friendship with Hailey, through shared group dinners, and through the gravitational pull of their intersecting fame. At the Biebers' 2019 wedding in South Carolina, Kylie wore a gold Jeton couture gown with cutouts and slits that drew widespread criticism for being too flashy, for potentially upstaging the bride. In 2025, Kylie addressed the controversy directly, saying, "People were a little upset that I went all out, but noted that the Biebers had approved her outfit." She added she probably wouldn't make the same choice again. The incident itself was a minor footnote in a celebrity wedding, but it became part of the larger narrative that Kylie occupies a particular complicated space in the Bieber world, simultaneously an insider and a lightning rod for criticism.
So to meet a woman who's labeled as a billionaire, whose family notoriously known for not being talented at anything, he's gonna take that ride. And that's how he did.
That is the perpetual running commentary about the Kardashian-Jenner family. People view them through a single reductive lens, fame without traditional talent. And when Timothée Chalamet, an Oscar-nominated actor who built his career through independent cinema and dramatic roles in films like Call Me By Your Name, Dune, and Little Women, dates into that family, the scrutiny doubles. Every absence from a family gathering, every missed Valentine's Day post, every second of blurry hotel footage gets magnified, not because of what it shows, but because of who Kylie is and who she is connected to.
And having a billionaire Kardashian on your arm is a great way to boost your career, even if you're giving Golden Retriever. But just remember, a Golden Retriever is still a dog.
The implication is that Chalamet used Kylie for exposure and career acceleration. This theory has circulated since 2023, when a Forbes article discussed the Kardashian dating playbook, and described the relationship as appearing carefully planned. But 3 years later, with 2 consecutive award show love declarations, cohabitation reports from multiple outlets, and engagement conversations reportedly underway, the PR stunt reading has become increasingly difficult to sustain. People do not thank their publicity arrangements at the podium of the Critics' Choice Awards and say, "I love you," to a room full of cameras, unless something real is happening behind the performance. The Bieber connection comes back into the picture through something more mundane than scandal. It comes through the mechanics of daily life in the same social orbit. Hailey has been part of Kylie's inner circle throughout the entire Chalamet relationship. Reports indicate that Justin and Hailey joined Kylie and Timothy for a double date during 2024, a quiet evening that got minimal coverage, but spoke to the level of integration between the two couples. The Biebers were later spotted wearing merch for Chalamet's film Marty Supreme during the 2020 promotional cycle, AEE, gesture that reads as casual friendship support but, in the context of celebrity analysis, gets tagged as evidence of alliance signaling. That is the texture of these relationships. Not adversarial, not dramatic, but deeply intertwined in ways that make every individual story a group story. To understand why these connections matter, you have to look at the full timeline of Kylie and Timothy's relationship. They first crossed paths at Jean-Paul Gaultier's show during Paris Fashion Week in January 2023. Dating rumors began in April, when Kylie's Range Rover was spotted outside Chalamet's Beverly Hills home. They went public at Beyoncé's Renaissance Tour concert in September 2023, kissing, holding hands, dancing. By November 2023, Chalamet was at the Kardashian Christmas Eve party. By January 2024, they were kissing at the Golden Globes. By May 2025, they made their red carpet debut at the David Di Donatello Awards in Rome. This is not the trajectory of a publicity arrangement. This is the trajectory of two people who kept showing up for each other across 3 years, through filming schedules, award seasons, and relentless tabloid noise.
So people might say, why would he cheat on somebody? And he just praised. Now, Timothy has a long repertoire about being one of the greatest young actors alive.
That's the tension at the heart of this story. Chalamet is widely regarded as one of the most talented actors of his generation, Oscar-nominated, critically acclaimed, and commercially successful. And yet, the commentary around his relationship with Kylie often reduces him to someone who is either exploiting her platform or running from it. Neither reading accounts for the simplest explanation, that two people who met at a fashion show 3 years ago still like each other. And then there is the question of what happens next. Sources from Us Weekly and Cosmopolitan report that Kylie and Timothy have discussed getting engaged in 2026. Kylie reportedly jokes about Timothy being already her husband. Chalamet, when asked directly about marriage in a February 2026 interview, said yes, then added it could get him in trouble. That kind of evasive affirmation has fueled a secondary narrative that he is stalling, that Kylie is growing impatient, and that the proposal might never come. Zapsy reported on February 19th that Kylie issued a proposal ultimatum, propose now or it's over, after reaching what sources described as her breaking point. Heat World reported she refuses to wait for a proposal before advancing other life goals, including expanding their family. Sources say she is eager for another baby, and Chalamet has expressed a desire to be a father, potentially without waiting for marriage. Meanwhile, more outlandish claims, like a $100 million wedding contract tied to the Kardashians for ratings boosts, have been debunked as fabricated content originating from viral social media posts rather than verified journalism. The October 2025 Yankees game captured the entire dynamic in a single evening. At Game 4 of the ALDS, Kylie and Timothy sat together at Yankee Stadium. Chalamet was visibly excited, clapping, yelling, standing to cheer. Kylie sat with her hood up, a neutral expression, looking elsewhere. Photos credited to photographers like Jason Scenes of the New York Post depicted the contrast in excruciating detail.
Breaking up, and here's why. They showed up at the Yankees game. It was Yankees against Toronto Blue Jays.
The images went viral instantly. BuzzFeed ran, Kylie Jenner looked like she was contemplating her life choices while watching baseball with Timothée Chalamet. The US Sun noted fan comments like, Kylie tired of going to these games for Timothy. Bored Panda's article expressed sympathy, with comments like, she couldn't be more miserable. Memes compared her expression to cartoon characters and the sensation of dragging yourself through a Friday afternoon at work.
And Kylie Jenner looked bored out of her effing mind. She sat there with a hoodie over her face and was like giving nothing. And Timothy was like over the top, excited like a fan.
But boredom at a baseball game is not evidence of a relationship disintegrating. It is evidence that a person does not enjoy watching baseball. The internet turned it into a referendum on their compatibility, a diagnostic tool for measuring love through the enthusiasm of a spectator at a sporting event they didn't choose to attend. It wasn't that. It was a game.
You're trying to show up as your best self with like someone you're in love with that maybe you want to move forward to the next step with.
And that is the pattern that defines this entire story. A baseball game becomes a breakup signal. A hotel lobby becomes a cheating scandal. A Valentine's Day post about your mother becomes proof of a rift. An actress walking out of the same building becomes a mistress. None of these events required the conclusions the internet reached. But when your name is Kylie Jenner, and your best friend is Hailey Bieber, and your boyfriend is an Oscar-nominated actor who just called you the love of his life on national television, every frame, every silence, every second of footage gets analyzed as if it were testimony in a trial. That's the opinion. And opinion is all most of this has been. The verified facts say Kylie and Timothy were photographed kissing on February 17, 2026. Chalamet called her the love of his life at 2 consecutive award ceremonies in January. Multiple sources say they live together and have discussed engagement. The Paris footage showed no physical affection and was accompanied by teams on both sides. The breakup rumor came from a parody account. The breakup didn't happen. The cheating was never confirmed. Justin Bieber didn't do anything. He exists in the same orbit. And the internet, as it always does, connected every dot it could find, whether the lines were real or not. What makes this particular cycle of rumor so revealing is how precisely it mirrors the mechanisms that have defined Kylie Jenner's public life for the past decade. She has been the subject of cultural appropriation debates, beauty empire scrutiny, motherhood speculation, and relationship dissection, all of it amplified by the machinery of celebrity media and the voracious appetite of social platforms that reward engagement over accuracy. The cornrows incident in 2015, the wedding dress backlash in 2019, the eyebrow drama in 2023, and now the Chalamet cheating allegations in 2026, these are not unrelated events. They are chapters in a single, ongoing story about what happens when a person's entire existence becomes content. And in that story, Justin Bieber doesn't need to do anything to be relevant. He doesn't need to make a statement or post a photo or attend an event. His relevance is structural. He is married to Hailey. Hailey is Kylie's best friend. Kylie is dating Timothy. And Timothy just got caught on a blurry camera walking out of a hotel in Paris with another actress. The line from point A to point E doesn't require logic. It requires proximity. And proximity, in the celebrity gossip economy, is the only currency that matters. As of February 20th, 2026, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet remain together. They are expected at the Oscars in March, where Chalamet is nominated again. Engagement conversations are reportedly underway.